What is up, my friends? Welcome back here to another Call of Dragons content. My name is Shinchi42. In today's video, we are going to talk about the free healing versus resource healing. Before we start this video, I want you guys to decide and type it down in the comment section. Which healing do you think is best? Is it the free healing or is it the resource healing? Let me know in the comment section below what you have chosen when you first started into the game. And I'm telling you right now, the first choice that I did in the policies is actually the resource healing. And I feel like I chose the wrong path for this because it's costing me a lot more resources. And let me explain this to you in this video. By the way, everyone, we are playing this game on BlueStacks. The Call of Dragons is available to play on your computer. And if you're an iOS device and you want to play Call of Dragons now, you want to download BlueStacks, which we have an affiliate link in the description below. Download BlueStacks and start playing Call of Dragons today. My friends, let's talk about the healing rules first. In the healing rules, when legions battle enemies in the field, all severely wounded will send into your shaman hut or into the hospital. Let's just call this hospital. Now, when legions are battling darklings and behemoths, all the severely wounded will directly go into your hospital. When legions are defending against enemy in your city or an alliance member's city, 10% of the severely wounded will die. 50% of the enemy severely wounded will die. So in here you can see there is a big benefit from defenders in comparison to the offenders. When legions are defending against enemy attack at a pass, again, defenders, 35% of the severely wounded units will die. And 50% of enemy severely wounded units will die. Again, it benefits the defenders in comparison to the offenders. Now, this is what is very interesting in this game. There is no healing capacity on your hospitals, meaning you can, if you have like 10 million troops and 10 million goes into your hospital, none of them will die. They will stay in your hospital and get treated and survive. But there is two types of healing in this game. There is the free healing and the resource healing. But which one is better for us? Now let's discuss about free healing. Free healing will be your daily healing that you can do. So as you can see from me, in one day, I can only heal 84,000 units. And as you can see right now with my severely units, I have 80,000. That means 22 hours. If it's 84,000, that will be exactly one day. So how can you increase or make healing faster in Call of Dragons? Because you can technically do it, but healing here has a capacity. Let's read the rules in here. Choosing free healing will not cost resources, but it will take some time. As I've mentioned, in one day, I can heal only 24k. In free healing mode, severely units in your shaman hut will be healed for free. Your healing speed is determined by your shaman hut level and your total unit count. The higher your total units and level of those units, the faster your heal speed will be. In addition, enacting relevant policies will also increase your total heal speed. Free healing has a maximum daily limit of 2 million. So at the end of the day, no matter how many troops you got, no matter how much level of your hospital is, you can only have a maximum daily limit of 2 million. That means in one day, if you have 2 million troops, or maybe let's say you have 10 million troops in your hospital, you can heal for free of a 2 million in a span of 24 hours. And if you don't believe me in here, we'll do the math in here, okay? And as you can see, my benefit here is from my shaman hut level, I get 80,000. I have nothing on policies. I have a heal speed of 5%. Now, that gives me a little bit of, benefit because I have the 5% healing. Now, when you're shaman hut, you can see that you can increase your daily healing in here. Daily free healing and as well as daily resource healing. I'm not quite so sure where I got the 5% healing in here. You guys can always check in here in the economy. Oh, actually got it from my behemoth buff. So from the behemoth buff, I got 5% heal speed. Now let's do the math here. I have an example. You can see this is 130k healing per unit, and 230k is in the hospital. It's about 1 day in 18 hours. So like I've said, as you can see here in this image, in 1 day, this player can heal 130. For me, it's only 84k. Since he have increased his hospital level, now he can heal for free for more. That means you get more units per hour as well as you increase your daily total free healing. All right, let's calculate that in here. All right, so you can see he's got 230 and 324 units. All right, hopefully you guys can see this clearly. And then we're going to divide that into 130, 570 per day, basically. That will equivalent into 1.76 days. Now, from 1.76 days, we divide that, we multiply that 24 hours, because there's 24 hours in 1 day. Now, you will get 42.24 hours, right? So we know that 1 day is 24 hours. This, we can say, this is a 1 day and 18 hours. So all you got to do is, remove the 42.24 minus 24 hours. Then what you get is 18.24. Hopefully this image is big enough for you guys to look. So here's pretty much what happens, right? 1 day in 18 hours. So looking into this, it proves to us that by increasing your total daily healing will increase the amount of units you get per day and per hour. Now, as you can see with this calculation, with him being able to get more units per day because of the higher healing, because of the higher free healing, that means he is also able to get more units from the hospital per minute, per second, and per hour in comparison to me, since I only have an 84,000 total daily healing for free. So that's pretty much how you can get free healing faster, is by increasing your daily total healing limit. Now, the resource healing in here is going to cost resources, as it pretty much is mentioned in here. Now, this one has a limit of 3 million. So there's only about 1 million difference between each. If you have a lot of troops eventually in the late game, I feel like resource healing is practically not something that you can definitely rely on unless you really are running out of troops. Then yes, healing 3 million per day is a lot still, and you can keep on going into combat. But if you're more patient and you pace yourself, you can just do it by free healing in 2 million per day. But resource healing will cost resources. Now, here's the kicker in here. Each unit will cost different amount of resources as well. So as you can see, we have one tier 3 of Spearman, which is going to cost 52 mana, 117 ore, 96 wood, and 148 gold. So that is a Spearman. So let's go into a tier 4 Spearman, and let's do 1 in here. You can see that the resource have increased. So the higher tier level, the higher resource it will be. The benefit of using the resource healing in this game is that you can instantly heal your units and instantly get back into the battlefield and combat. So that is pretty much the only benefit of the resource healing. You need to have a lot of resources really to sustain this as well. Now, let's talk about combat practicality in here. Which players should go for the policies in here? Should people go for the free healing or the resource healing? In the combat practicality, what I've realized in the early stages of the game, it's really hard to grab a lot of resources, especially a lot of players don't even finish the resource tiles. It's really a struggle. So I would suggest in the early stages of the game, everyone should be going for the free healing of your shaman hut. I made a mistake that I was like thinking, oh, I'm going to go for the resource healing. It cost me a lot of resource just to heal my units. And I have mentioned earlier, if you're in war, you can actually get more units per hour whenever you increase your daily free healing. Now, in the early stage, you're not going to get 2 million right away, right? You're not going to have 2 million troops. But if you increase that as much as you can, you get more per hour. That means you can combat more per hour as well. And you can still do the resource healing. It's not going to be as much unless you work on your free healing in the policy, unless you work onto your resource healing in the policies. Based on my experience in here doing resource healing, it hurts a lot. As you can see, I cannot even heal every single unit in here that I have. Free healing is better in my opinion. Now, late game, I kind of want to say free healing is still better, because if late game you have excess amount of units, at the end of the day, you can only heal 3 million units anyway. Only 1 million difference between the free healing and the resource healing. Now, the benefit of this in the late game is that you get free healing at the same time as you get some resource healing. So that means that you can get both, faster if you have the resource healing at a higher capacity. But if you turn it on the other way around, you can just wait for the free healing. You can heal some units with your resources. But only 1 million difference is not a huge difference, I think, in the late stage once people have a lot more units in the game. I suspect that this game, we will have a lot of units, even for the free-to-play, since battling here in the open field, you will have unlimited amount of troops in the hospital. That means there's a lot more freedom in comparison to for the players who played Rise of Kingdoms. So which one is really better? I feel like really I'm leaning towards onto the free healing, because if I'm able to increase my daily total healing, I get increase hour total healing as well, and minutes total healing as well. I get free healing time. I can increase my healing time for free and much faster. I think in the next round that I play my next season, when I reset my policies, I will be going for free healing instead of resource healing. Now, I am a spender here, but resource healing really just costs a lot. I would rather build more troops than to heal my troops and spend more on healing my troops. I would rather amass a massive army than to use my resources on healing. So that's my take here for the healing in Call of Dragons. Let me know your differences of opinion in this video. Anyway, my Call of Dragons friends, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like the content. Press like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.